everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at Mad World today. And today we are digging around in that, shall we say, fertile soil of the rumours around Meghan's pregnancies. The rumours are gaining traction, basically. People are talking quite openly about the pregnancy situation on things like Talk TV. Very, very brazenly, no allegedlys, no nothing used in any of those conversations. Meghan seems to be more and more intent and more possibly desperate to clap back and to silence the rumours. So I think just about every episode of her podcast, she's had some reference to her alleged pregnancies. We've heard about miscarriages, we've heard about preeclampsia, postpartum. This latest one, we've heard about having to wear stilettos when you've allegedly gained 65 pounds in your pregnancy. Now, that would be half her body weight. I don't really do pounds, we do kilograms here, so I had to go and do a little conversion, but my goodness. Interestingly, because I don't recall that she looked that overweight when she was pregnant, allegedly pregnant. She did seem to gain weight rather strangely after her pregnancies. Interestingly, the person who gained that amount of weight, interestingly, was Kim Kardashian. As I say, when I went digging around to see who might have actually gained that amount of weight and was very publicly body shamed about it, she also suffered, interestingly, from preeclampsia. So But never mind all of that. We've heard about the stilettos and the having to cling on to husband when out and about in public. We've heard all of that now. Now we hear from Radar Online that a super vain Meghan Markle is planning a raft of plastic surgery procedures for her post-divorce body, including a royally intimate area. Basically, Radar is telling us, a source or a friend of Meghan's is telling us that Meghan is determined to get a dream divorce body, and that includes a $5,000 procedure to tighten things up down there, shall we just say. And there's speculation that the story might be in Radar Online, not to tighten things up down there, but to shut us up here or out here. Basically, prepositions are getting a bit tricky. And the article is rather strange because it does say pretty much that the marriage is over. It's a very recent article, by the way, that the Duchess popped out 2 children with Harry, but she's done with Harry now. Basically, they're leading separate lives. Marriage is all but done. It's just a matter of time before the divorce is basically announced, and she wants to get that divorce body perfect first. Very strange article. Came to my attention via quite an interesting little channel, Star Chairs. She looks at things from a PR perspective. She had lots to say about this story in Radar Online from a PR perspective, but we're going to look at tarot, of course, with the Deviant Moon tarot. I think it's a very appropriate tarot deck for this little story. I want to know how close we are to divorce. Can we smell it in the air yet? And then I want to know how true this is. There's the Tower, that's a divorce card. How true this got to get the divorce body thing is, that 5,000 procedure and all of that, that this article is claiming. I want to know how desperate she is to silence these rumours. As I say, they're increasing. They're not going away. They are increasing at the moment. We're going to look at the serious aspect of the story in the next reading. This is just a little warm-up, basically. And then we're going to ask if she is going to be exposed anytime soon, because there is just a bit of an air of panic around this. Got to mention it in every podcast, got to rush home to be the tooth fairy and all this rot. And let's remind you, very serious, that we remind you, very important rather, that we remind you, this is tarot. This is for fun and entertainment. This is all my opinion and all speculation. And of course, it's just an energy reading that I'm doing, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. Yeah, we got the Eight of Swords as our underlying energy. This is almost like an illusion, that a self-belief, an idea that is dominant and that is negative, that you can't think your way out of. You can't get a new thought. You can't see things differently. It's the Eight of Swords. It's needing a new vision, because the current worldview that you have is very negative and very restrictive. It's a trap. As I very often say when I see this card, got yourself stuck in a situation, got yourself stuck through your own thoughts, your own vision, your own words, your own narrative. And it's very easy to extricate yourself from this mess if you can just see things differently, think outside the box, or admit that you were wrong about something like that. Quite easy to get out of this mess. But you've got to do something, you've got to admit something, you've got to see things differently, you've got to try different things. At the moment, Megan seems to be trying to just force this particular narrative on us, just thinking that if she keeps repeating these pregnancy stories, that she seems to be, in my opinion, and many other people's opinions too, just copying from other people. Oh, I had a miscarriage. Oh, I had a miscarriage too. I had preeclampsia. Oh, I had it too. That kind of a thing. She's trying to force the same story on us and trying to make us see things differently. I don't think we're going to. That's the underlying energy, and of course it's just my opinion, and allegedly, I think we need lots of allegedly around and about. So, situation we're dealing with. This is, as I say, the little warm-up reading, and we have death on the table. And it's in reverse, interestingly. Card 13 of the Major Arcana is the Death card. It's in reverse, and this is refusing to change. What was I banging on about the Eight of Swords? Death is about change and transformation, radical change, because something has to die. You have to let go of something, give it up, before you can go through that process of ending and then being born again, being radically transformed. It's in reverse. That means refusing to change, refusing to let go, and refusing to go through that very difficult process, that sort of metamorphosis that the Death card represents. And it's also a psychological transformation. It's doing deep inner work, because it's ruled by Pluto, that Death card. Not doing it. She's not prepared to give this up. She's not prepared to let this go. She's going to keep digging herself deeper and deeper and deeper into this quagmire that she's got herself into, in my opinion. So, how bad is this marriage? How close is divorce? This article in Radar Online was pretty much, it's all over, it's done, it's finished. They're leading separate lives, and the only thing that's stopping the divorce from happening right now is that Megan needs to do all this tightening up, shall we say. How bad is the marriage? Where are we heading? We got the King of Swords. That's for the chop. The King of Swords. King of Swords is lawyers, is executioners, is calling time on something, I would say. So it's very fierce energy. It's very decisive energy. It's not loving energy or compassionate. It's certainly not a couple that's showing up in the King of Swords as a united couple, whether united by love or united by their desire to bring down the royal family or their desire to make billions in California. That's a divorce card for me. And that's a ruthless energy and a swift. Swords are swift energy, so it looks like soon. It looks, I always say the papers are under someone's bed or somewhere around. It looks like they could be getting them out and having a look and getting that old that pen ready to sign with that King of Swords energy. How serious is this desire to get the divorce body and have all the surgery, including these intimate surgeries that she's talking about? How serious is that? Does she really need all of this? We got the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is the happy ever after card. If I'd had that card over there in the previous position, then I would have said no chance of divorce. They're very happy, or they're going to maintain the illusion of very happy. Ten of Cups is that kind of, this is what I've always wanted. She might still somehow be imagining that if she just gets one more tweak, she's going to get that happy ever after that she's always wanted. I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a mental health expert, but I have a vague notion that there is some kind of condition that just one more kind of a body dysmorphia. If I just get this thing done, then I'll be happy, then I'll get Mr. Rich, Mr. Billionaire, then life will just be perfect. It's shocking to me that the Ten of Cups would show up there. This is a woman who had, yes, she had an unhappy childhood in the sense that Mama disappeared. Oh, little hands have been rearranging the fridge magnets today. But apart from, yes, parents split when she was a child and mother disappeared. Father spoilt her. There was money. Went to good schools. She studied the things she wanted to study at Northwestern. She married. She seemingly had a very nice husband. Trevor seems to be a very nice man. She had a reasonably successful career as an actor in Suits. It wasn't brilliant, but it wasn't terrible. She married a prince. She became a member of the royal family. Now she's living in California. She's living in Montecito, of all places. It's kind of a dream destination. She knows all these rich and famous people. And yet still, I'm getting the energy of this Ten of Cups that she thinks if she had one more tweak, we're not talking about down there, then she'd be happy. And if you can hear crunching, that's a very happy Fluffy who's just burst into the cat flap and is busy eating her evening snack. So, how desperate is Meghan Markle to shut down all these rumours? As I say, they are getting people are being quite brazen about the things that they're prepared to say now on mainstream media. Never mind us out here sort of in the weeds and the thickets and the fringes who have tread very carefully in the things that we say because of things that have happened to other people on social media. How desperate is Meghan to shut these kinds of voices down? I've got the World in reverse. She hates it. It's a very public card, the World, obviously, because the whole world sees. And it's a seeing a failure. There is very much an energy of pregnancy in the World card for me. It's kind of like that cosmic egg with something being birthed in it, because the World card, it's interesting that it's sitting under the Death card, the birth, the death and rebirth card, as some tarot decks call it, some more sort of woke tarot decks. The World card sitting under that Death card has that cosmic egg there, inherent in the completion energy of the World card, the successful completion, quite opposite to the Death card, which is failure and letting go. Successful completion in the World card is the egg of a new thing that can be born when you've finished with the old thing. It's in reverse. She wants a story buried. It's a form of failure. It's a very public form of failure if she is exposed and as a fraud, as someone who's faked all of the stuff, all the bump clutching, all the stories that she's told, the tear-jerking stories that she's told. And for women who have been through difficult pregnancies, losses, or even never been able to fall pregnant or whatever, this won't sit well with those women and their families and around that. Never mind the royal family and everything else and just the general public, but there's a particular grouping of women that I'm getting in this energy of this World in reverse that would really take this very badly, I think. And I think that Meghan is quite focused on that. That's how the energy is coming through to me. And it's strange that the lies are getting, in my opinion, they are lies. I personally believe that she didn't, for whatever reason, carry those children herself. That's my personal opinion. But the stories that she's telling seem to be getting more and more panicky. Is she going to get exposed at some stage about what I believe personally are lies? I've got the King of Pentacles in reverse. That's the Harry in reverse card. That's husband energy in reverse. Somebody who's very stable, wealthy, reliable, somebody you can count on, somebody you would imagine would tell the truth. King of Pentacles upright, sitting under the King of Swords, which I'm reading as a divorce card. It looks like as part of this ending of this marriage, the story might come out. Whether it comes out from him, the King of Pentacles, directly, or as a result of his withdrawal from the marriage or her withdrawal from the marriage, I can't tell. But it looks like when his protection over her is withdrawn for whatever reason, the truth of the story may well come out. The truth as I perceive it to be, not as Megan is trying to convince us, in my opinion. And they need to make clear yet again that this is all my opinion, and this is a tarot reading, and this is just energy that I'm reading, and I'm speculating wildly. I'm going to do a much more serious reading on this story. And the next reading, we're going to look at what Lady C has to say about Megan and the likelihood of her playing the race card if this story does come out. So that's the next one. Thank you for watching this one, and I hope to see you over there.